Hey, Scorpio, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your September 2024 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome. Some of you may even have some Libran placements in your chart. I'm seeing a little bit of a common theme. You could work in an office-like setting, an office environment, okay? Maybe as a staff assistant, office manager, or any job that entails office work of some sort. You have settling here and unexpected. Now, I feel, Scorpio, you are ready to step up out of a mediocre life. And that may also be part of that Libran energy that's coming in for you, because it's as if you have settled for a certain type of energy, but you have this strong pull, the strong call to do something new or to take a little bit of a detour. And I feel like it does require work on your end and self-discipline, self-control. I am getting strength energy here for you. And some of you have gone through unexpected financial loss, and perhaps the settling period that you have grown accustomed to was part of that healing or part of bringing stability in to your life. And here's more Libran energy here for you. So some of you are cuspers. You certainly could have these placements, or Libran season could be big, which is the end of September. We enter this season. So there could be a time to take action around then. Some of you are really stepping into some new boundaries here. I feel like that wheel is starting to spin in a new direction. Yeah, in a new direction here. We also have Gaia energy. It says, trust that the universe has a better plan than perhaps you do. Because sometimes we settle into an environment, we settle into a job, we take less than we deserve, or we tell ourselves a story that is a lie or it's an illusion. And with a new beginning in sight, which I feel like some of you, this has already been implemented. It's already been put in writing here of some way, shape, or form. And there's the Fool. Beautiful. This in the recent past, we do see the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like this could have already been offered to you, a new position, a new opportunity to increase your finances. And you may be making that choice showing up. Look at more Libran energy, Justice at the bottom of the deck. You may be taking that wheel and spinning it here in a new direction. You're coming out of a cycle that may have been very cyclical, or it may have been redundant, repetitive. You had a lot of lessons to learn, and I feel like you've learned them. Two of Pentacles is about bringing your material world back into balance. Page of Pentacles, a new opportunity coming in here. What's the hopes and fears for Scorpio? High Priestess. And the final outcome. What's the final outcome? Thank you, Spirit. All right. Wow. Some of you are honing in on your Queen energy, which is receptivity. Okay. This can be about creativity, strength, empowerment of some sort, female or male, it doesn't matter, but all four queens wrapped up in one equal, the Empress. And that's what we see showing up in your near future. So starting off, you do have the Office, settling, and unexpected. You may have gone through a financial crisis, okay, but you can still control the outcome. Even if you couldn't control the situation in itself, such as, a company merges, or company merger, or a layoff, or maybe a company falters, goes under. Perhaps there's a move, a relocation. I feel like there was something here outside of your control that may have occurred, but you have the ability to shift that wheel despite what's going on externally here for you. deal with things ahead and try to prepare for the unexpected. You have known, I see with the High Priestess, it's as if your intuition has been alerting you to some change showing up here, change in the office, change in management I'm getting. It has shown up for you because you were, in a way, I'm getting living that mediocre life with settling. Your soul is telling you that you're not on the right path. There's a new beginning. I see that with the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool. Allow yourself the time and space to evolve and find your true path, your true north. That may be why you had gone through a period of, it feels potentially like stagnancy, but it could also be that you just had to settle in, and now that you've kind of settled in, you're ready to take it to the next level. And with the office here, think of the greater good than oneself to achieve a better outcome. Some of you, this could be a secretary even, or an executive assistant. I see that some of you were dealing with a person in the office who was causing a lot of resistance and causing you to feel maybe very triggered. Okay. It may have been out of your control, their behavior, their actions, right? That's something we can't control, is the actions of others. But what you can control is how you respond to it. And some of you are responding by taking a leap of faith and doing something, maybe out of the blue, or setting down a new structure or new groundwork for this new beginning. Now you have taking action showing up as your outcome energy. Whatever your question is telling you, it's saying go for it. Just do it. You actually have the Fool, and this is the just do it energy. Don't procrastinate or wait to take that next step to get ahead. It's time. It's time for you to put yourself out there. You see that there is a crowd, there's a group of people that are, fighting for their rights here. They are putting themselves out there. So it says nothing will change if you don't take action, right? Don't let this opportunity pass you by. So I feel like your participation is required. Yeah, your participation is required, right? If you want to get called on, you got to raise your hand. And that's kind of the energy I'm picking up on here for you. Bottom of the deck, you have the help of Mother Gaia. Okay, you may even be keeping something to yourself at this time. You may know a secret. Your intuition may be alerting you that there is a time to keep to yourself, a time for you to, launch, put yourself out there. You may even be breaking the silence in some way, shape, or form. It says, trust that the universe has a better plan, protecting the planet. Some of you are called to be of service in a very profound way, right? Maybe it's working with herbs, working with nature in some way. It could be plant medicine. Some of you are called to create better, healthier, more sustainable products, maybe goods and services to help the planet in some way, shape, or form. We also have spending time with nature to be healed, soothe, and regroup. That's a message from your subconscious as well that is being brought to your conscious, Scorpio. Now, we also have something that, some of you have felt silenced due to an unexpected energy of someone who may have been holding you back, or this job was holding you back in some way. It just feels like there is an energy here with the settling, and you are being alerted with that High Priestess telling you, this is not the direction. Allowing yourself the time and space that you need to think about, making new choices and decisions. Don't be impulsive is what I'm getting here. Don't be impulsive. And it says here, you're in a state of avoidance because the action needed is too hard. Oh, okay. That's some tough love there. So there is possibly a state of avoidance with this Knight of Swords showing up here. If that's the case, I feel like you're meant to, it's like spirit is coming in, breaking the silence here in some way, shape, or form, telling you it's time to come out of denial. It's time to not settle for less than you deserve. There's a new beginning. There's a leap of faith here. Silence is the best way to increase your personal power for some of you. Or sharing too much too soon. Not everyone is honest and trustworthy. Yeah, you could be keeping to yourself until the time is right. This makes sense as well with the Empress. Just like in the beginning stages of pregnancy, people keep their happiness or keep their joy to themselves because, they could be trying to prepare for the unexpected in a way, because maybe there's been something in the past that has guided them, told them, or they had gone through a situation that maybe was unsettling, right? And so I feel like you have the green light here. You have the green light where Libran season rolls around for you towards the end of the month, Scorpio, and you're able to break the silence. You're able to say, this is what I'm putting out there. I am saying yes to this new job. I'm going back to school. I'm starting this creative project. I'm showcasing my, social media platform. Whatever this is for you, I feel like it's ready to come to fruition here in the near future. Towards the end, I'm getting the end of the month. So, of course, trust your intuition, but I feel like you're ready. Trust that the universe has your, has your back here and is helping guide you on your journey. Now, you're starting off with the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords sets clear, healthy, strong boundaries. She's highly intuitive. She is a thought leader. She uses her mind wisely. Okay, she is someone who brings wisdom, clarity, and insight, as well as intelligence to the lives around her, to the people that she comes into contact with, to her work, right? Your work may require a lot of mental energy, a lot of intuitive energy here. This is someone, you are someone who is very observant because you are embarking upon this journey and you're taking the Queen of Swords with you. Remember, we all have the archetypes of all four kings and queens that ultimately equal the Emperor and the Empress within us all. And I feel like now's the time to be logical or take a calculated risk and set your mind to something. Set your mind towards, optimism, inspiration, powerful new beginnings. This is healthy I'm getting as well. It's as if she has stowed away her cup, her emotions. And it's not saying that you don't have heart going into something here, which is interesting because I do not see one heart card out here for you, but I do see the Empress, which is the embodiment of, that heart energy. And I feel like you still have it deep down, right? But you're logically moving forward on this path and you're letting your intuition versus your emotional being lead the ship, lead the way. And your logical, analytical mind. It's like you have these ideas, Scorpio. You have these great ideas and you are someone who wants to share them with others. And I feel like boundaries are needed and required as well. And you're not letting people push your boundaries. That may have been part of some sort of unsettling experience because someone threw you off guard. Someone came at you unexpectedly in some way, shape, or form. Even though I see a lot of singular energy here, your outcome does have two queens. So you actually have a lot of queen energy here. The only queen we are missing is the Queen of Cups. Yeah, Queen of Cups. So it's like you're saying, I'm not letting my emotions get the best of me. I am turning the wheel by doing what I need to do. I'll keep my heart open, but I'm not going to be so vulnerable and so naive and so foolish that it gets me into trouble, which is interesting because we do see the Fool coming up, but I see you embarking upon a new path and a new journey that is trusting in the unknown, trusting in your own intuition with the High Priestess. But we do have the Knight of Swords here crossing the path. So it can be thinking quick on your feet. Knight of Swords is quick thinking, right? And because you have that Queen of Swords, I feel like there could be an opportunity where you do have to think quickly. This could be a conversation that comes your way. It could be, an interview where you don't want to be caught off guard, but some of you could be, but I feel like you've been planning for something, right? And I feel like there could be a question coming your way and you're like, wow, I never thought of it that way. But being honest is going to be key here. Telling your truth, being authentic to who you are. But instead of the Knight of Swords crossing you, being an impulsive type of energy, I actually feel like the challenge for you is that quick thinking. Not that you're not a quick thinker, but it could be that you were thrown off guard. But I actually feel like it's going to help you by not knowing or maybe not preparing in a way, because you already have in this arena, you prepared for something, you've been ready for it. And then over here, it gets kind of thrown into the loop, but it allows you to trust your intuition instead of the mind of limitations. And there could be a little bit of fear here as well. A little bit of fear, but that fear causes excitement for a new beginning. If anybody rolls into a new beginning, such as, the first day of school or the first day of, a new job, there's got to be a little bit of fear there. That's part of the experience, right? But I feel like you show up shaken, you push through it. You're able to, let that excitement lead you forward. Let that inspiration lead you forward versus let the fear stop you in your tracks. Because what we have below you is the Wheel of Fortune. Scorpio, I'm getting a message here around you always having what you need, even if it shows up last minute. When it comes to finances, you may look back on times that have, been a hardship, or a time when you've hit a deadline or you've come really close. And I feel like you've always been protected in some way. It's like out of the blue, you received that check that you needed just in time, or you had help of some sort of aid come through. I feel like, yes, there has been financial struggles or challenges, but you did make it through. Okay. And the Wheel of Fortune showing up here in the upright position is a turning point in your life, but you may have had to repeat some cycles. Okay. And I feel like destiny has intervened here because this is in your deep foundation. You have a strong ability to feel things out and to just know things. A lot of you are clairsentient. You may even be embracing more of your spiritual gifts. I'm getting more of your clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient. But in the recent past, here we see the implantation. Is that a word? Implantation. We see here the seeds and the gift showing up. The seeds have been planted. You're going to see it growing. This is a gift in the physical, financial, material world. This is embarking upon this journey with open hands, saying yes to this. It's something within your grasp. You're able to hold it. And I feel like it does have roots, but you may be being gentle with this, or you may be guided to be gentle with the roots, because you want to plant it and you water it and watch it grow. So there's something here about not being overly aggressive, but at the same time, finding that balance between, the dirt, because the seed needs the dirt to press up against to grow, right? And I feel like there's something here that does require boundaries, but at the same time, you got to be gentle with the roots, because otherwise, they could, in the beginning stages, they could kind of fall off. And I feel like you're saying, I am open to this new opportunity. I am ready to take a leap of faith. And it may require you to trust. And maybe trust is something that you've struggled with here, Scorpio, in the past. But the Fool card showing up is saying this is your true inner soul self. Your soul self is untethered by limitations. And in the past, there may have been limitations that have caused you to settle or live less than or mediocre in some way, shape, or form. And the Fool is saying, I'm going to take a risk of faith, or a risk of faith. Okay. Yeah. Some of you, it is going to be a risk, and it is going to require faith. But I feel, and Yellow also, I feel that this will increase your confidence, or it may be something that you step into more confidence, because yellow is the color of the solar plexus. And I do feel that this is going to bring about purpose, even purpose. She's holding an amethyst there. So this is about spiritual and divine alignment with your purpose. Oh, I love this. So in the near future, you also have the Empress. This is a lot of abundance coming your way. This is fertility and growth. This is nurturing this gift, right? Nurturing this gift, whether it's a spiritual gift, it could be a business, creative endeavor. This could be a new job opportunity. Some of you are, going out on a limb in some way, shape, or form. You may be getting published in some way. You may be putting your work out there for the world to be seen. Maybe you're starting up a social media platform, or you're going for a new job that perhaps you weren't quite sure if you had what it took or what it takes to be in that position. And the answer is yes, you do. You actually, it may surprise you how naturally good you are at something, because what you're naturally good at is your gift. It's part of your gift. And it's up to us to be able to uncover and unwrap that gift and hone in on it and practice it and perfect it in a way. Maybe perfect is not the right word. Master. And mastery does not mean that we've perfected. Mastery to me is the consistency of doing something, day in and day out, where we continue to learn and grow and evolve. And it's the little choices that we make day in and day out that lead to big results. Okay. So I feel like you are on this path, really are on this path of a great abundance and a big leap of faith towards some of your dreams that are inspirational. They're creative, and they will bring abundance if they haven't already. Now, you still feel a little bit disheveled in some way, shape, or form with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Pentacles can be about taking on too much, feeling overwhelmed. It can be financial distress. Some of you may still be trying to pay off a loan or pay off some sort of debt. You may be trying to crawl out of some form of hole that you fell in, right? You fell in mentally, financially, physically, whatever this is here for you, but you are bringing things back into balance. That's why I think Libra is showing up so strong. We see in the Justice, we have the Empress, we have, Queen of Swords, all of Libra's cards. I feel like you are bringing it into balance with the help of that energy. And I do feel like the end of September into October, you will feel more balance regarding your financial matters than maybe you felt for quite some time, Scorpio. Yeah. Because what's showing up here is a new opportunity in the physical world, in the financial world. Page of Pentacles could be news. Some of you are going to receive that call. You're going to get that email. You're going to get the green light. And I see, actually, it almost looks a bit like northern lights here, but they look more green or turquoise. And I feel like there is a green light. Well, there's the green on the Wheel of Fortune that allows you to move forward. This is a turning point. Whatever message that's coming in is going to be very abundant. Maybe going back to school. This can be, a creative endeavor, and having the support, having the help that you need. There could be multiple people involved here. I feel like there could be a very inspirational person that you are working with that you may meet. It could be part of a partnership even. Page of Pentacles is good. This is looking real good with that Fool and with the Knight of Swords. There's some sort of message that you kind of know. Some of you, it's already here with the Ace of Pentacles. You may have already received it, but don't let this unexpected energy come in. So for example, let's say you start a new job at this new company and you expect to go in not knowing anyone, right? That's your expectations. You go in, you're thinking it's a new job, and out walks maybe a long lost best friend that you haven't connected with because they moved, 15 years earlier, and they show up and you're working side by side with someone that you do know. And it shows up as unexpected, right? And you're like, wow, I was not expecting this, but it's actually quite abundant. I mean, it could also be that you sign up for a project and, the unexpected shows up that actually allows you, for example, maybe you get called out and they say to you on your, first week of working there or in the first month of launching this, it's as if someone says, hey, Scorpio, why don't you stand up and give a speech? Or why don't you come work with us? And it means that you have to put yourself out there, and it may show up, unexpectedly, and it kind of puts you in the hot seat. But I feel like you are saying yes to it. It may scare you, but you're saying yes. And your intuition is wide open. You are a channel here of divine guidance, divine messages. So don't be afraid to speak up, which is interesting though, because you have the silence card. So speak up when you feel ready. But I'm getting, because the unexpected is showing up, this could be that you've been silent about something, and I feel like breaking the silence. And so it may show up where like you get called on. Remember earlier I said something about raising your hand. You got to raise your hand to get called on. Some of you may be entering into a classroom where you get called on when you don't raise your hand, and it kind of puts you in the spot here. But that's why you have this divine channel showing up, because your best work may come when you don't have to think about something, when the mind isn't, boggled down. It's that, right away, that quick thinking. And that's what I'm getting here for you, Scorpio, is some sort of quick thinking where you're not tethered by, the conditions that you've gone through or trying to think things through in some way, shape, or form. It's like right away, you're breaking the silence, even if you're getting called on the spot, but that's where your best work comes through. So I like this. Now, the final outcome for you, Scorpio, is the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Inspiration meets financial success. I mean, beautiful. For a lot of you, because I'm getting all three queens and the Empress, this is you embracing the characteristics of each of these queens. And just because the Queen of Cups is missing doesn't mean it's not relevant. If anything, it means that it's more relevant by the Queen of Cups missing, because it means that, your heart is in it, but perhaps it's important to find balance in these other three characteristics. Queen of Wands, she's confident, she's creative, she's artsy, she's fiery, she puts herself out there. She is someone who is bold and wise, and she inspires others to live their best life. So this could be you embracing the spotlight. The Queen of Pentacles, she is someone who builds wealth. She is holding that coin. She enjoys the fruits of her labor. She's worked hard to acquire the things that she has, but she's also very nurturing, very in tune and in touch with her reality and her spirituality. You can see the horns kind of growing from her crown chakra, or not horns, but they're more like branches of the tree. But they're her antenna, and she's able to tune into that frequency through, her spiritual awareness to bring it down to her reality. And then with that Queen of Swords showing up, you're able to set boundaries and use that mind wisely. And I feel by embarking upon this journey of taking different character types or playing different roles potentially, or stepping into new versions of yourself, is what is required, Scorpio, in order for you to be your greatest success. Yeah, in order for you to be your greatest success, it's important to embrace the characteristics of, who you want to become, right? You want to become that change you wish to see. So therefore, you must adapt to these things within you. They're already there, but sometimes we keep silence or we hold back because of fear, right? Maybe you consider yourselves an introvert. And maybe this is the time to be more extrovert. Perhaps you consider yourself a homebody, but maybe you're being asked to put yourself out there in some way, shape, or form. So I do feel some of you are being called to play a different role in some way, shape, or form in your business, in your career, or wear a new hat, because our lives come with many different hats. I always like to think of life as a movie. We have a role. Sometimes, we're the lead character, but we can play many different movies or roles in our lives. And I feel like some of you're just switching into a new role, and you're also showcasing some of your greatest strengths and abilities. There's something that may have been silenced within you for quite some time, and it's ready to be brought up here. And when you feel ready, but I feel like because we have take action, I feel like the time is now. All right, let's get a message here from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Mending, card 52. Mending. Some of you may be 52 years old. Some of you are coming out of some sort of ending, bringing in a brand new beginning. This can be about making amends, okay? Healing. It can be mending your finances. It could be mending, the body, mind, and soul. It can be even mending the different disassociated pieces of yourself. That's why we have a plethora of different characteristics here in order for you to feel more confident about yourself and about your path. Everyone makes mistakes, especially when you want something very badly. You may come to realize that in chasing after a pretty, shiny thing that you lost sight of long-term, sustainable prosperity. Sometimes you make choices that look good at first, but ultimately lead to loss or failure. It's time to forgive yourself and others without blame. You get to start again, wiser and more mature. The journey to true abundance can be bumpy. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way, especially yourself. Forgive those who may have taken advantage of you. Let go and learn from this. You are now that much closer to achieving the kind of prosperity that truly and really fulfills you. Nothing is ever lost or wasted when you view it from this perspective. Beautiful. Now, grief. Some of you may have gone through grief, even though, I don't see it showing up right here. I feel like this has to do with the past, but we do have the settling energy, allowing yourself the time and space to evolve and find your true path. That may be part of, the mending that you've been sitting in. For some of you, this was a personal thing that had occurred in your life that may have affected you financially or may have affected your career. It could have been heartbreak. It could have been some sort of loss. It may have been in your professional life. But loss allows us to see ourselves as part of a larger scheme, right? Opening us up. Yeah, loss opens us up. It reunites us. It connects us in such a profound way that may feel hidden. It may feel silenced at times, like we're all alone. But really, when we go through an unsettling situation, it can help open us up to sympathy, empathy, and dependence on others in the moment when we can't hold ourselves together. It leads us to become one with the greater whole again. Pain and suffering is part of life, and none of us will be immune to it. But can you view some sort of loss or challenge in the past? Can you view this pain or this dissonance? And I think we used that word earlier. There's some sort of dissonance here to bring it all back together. This makes perfect sense. It's like Humpty Dumpty falling off, the wall. Humpty Dumpty's got to put himself back together again. You may have been putting yourself back together again after some sort of fall. And you see all of the queen energy that creates the whole, that creates something more beautiful. And yes, you'll never be that original, I don't want to say original, that energy that you were prior, but you've been transmuted in profound ways. And it says, let your sorrow break your heart open. You will never, ever, ever, ever be left behind. You are loved now more than ever by Spirit, who doesn't want you to feel alone. One day you'll look back, and I feel like this one day, because this Fool is one day, right? One day you will look back and know this as your truth. This is your truth. It's right here. It's big. It's in your face. And I feel like you are meant to break that silence. There's something here about you coming out of the mending. Okay, allow yourself that time if needed, right, to evolve and find your true path. But when you are ready, Spirit is saying you'll take action towards your greatest abundance and greatest mission and work here on earth. Very beautiful. Let's get a few messages from your spirit animals. And at this time, Scorpio, I just ask if you can, please close your eyes. Take a nice big breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big deep inhale. Hold it as long as you can and release with a nice great sigh through your mouth. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animals are wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. This could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that you currently have at your home, or one that you've crossed paths with recently in the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer, Scorpio. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, you're not going to believe the animal that just came out in the message. But for those of you that want to enter into the giveaway, drop your animals below. And I personally will enter you into that giveaway. So please make sure you've hit the subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, you guys, I really am chuckling because you have a message that's very profound that has been showing up numerous times throughout your reading. It has to do with that Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords. What was it? Think on your feet. I said think quickly, right? We have Fox Spirit, and it says think on your feet. So card 27, the 27th of September could be significant. Okay, some of you may be born on the 27th. 2 and 7 also equals a 9. 9s are about completions, right? So you may have completed a cycle here, a very big one. Think on your feet. Some of you may be born on the 14th. We have act as if. We have chameleon spirit. So act as if you're already in the energy that you want to be in, right? As they say, if you want to have that nice vehicle, that nice sports car, go drive them, go test them out, act as if, right? And if you want to be that billionaire, how can you start acting like it now? How can you take the steps towards it and embody that energy, right? By putting in the work or talking to a financial advisor or, thinking, putting yourself in, maybe communications or connections with other billionaires, whatever it is for you, act as if and take a step towards that energy. And lastly, we have Spider. 56, some of you may be 56 years old. It says, make your dreams real. You've been weaving this web, right? Spiders are profound. They create masterpieces. Have you ever looked at a web? They are so incredible. I mean, of course, we can get the heebie-jeebies. But when you really look at it from not a fear-based energy, and you look at it from a magical perspective or a different perspective here, you have been weaving over the course of your life all of these stories, right? Everything that you have embarked upon, everything you've gone through, all your conditions, all your beliefs, every person you've ever come in contact with. And I feel like now you're ready to catch, right? What does the spider do? It catches its prey in its web. So it's like you are ready to receive. You're ready to, finally catch that dream like the dream catcher does. And I feel like it's time to turn that into reality. You have all the confidence you need with the Queen of Wands. You have the opportunity to make this a reality with the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like it's time to take action. All right, last but not least, let's get a message from your ancestors, your guides. Spirit, what do we have, please, for Scorpio? I thought there was one that flipped out here for you. Maybe not. What do we have for Scorpio? We have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. And we just talked about that with the web as well. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and soul tribe. And the fact that I call you guys my soul tribe, this is you. This reading is meant for you. If you're listening to this, there may be bits and pieces that you're still working out, but if you resonate with this, know that this is you. Okay, the Great Gathering, it is all coming together. Your tribe wants you to know that. You are meeting new tribe, which is part of your outcome. This can be about connecting to new spirit guides. You may even be working with the ascended masters to hone in on some of your spiritual gifts. This is big energy here. And there's a gathering coming in, and one that you're not alone. You're not alone as you climb the mountain, right? As you evolve, as you ascend. Beautiful energy. Scorpio, that is what I have for you. If you like the messages, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to drop your power animals in the comment section below the video. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so much for tuning in, Scorpio. Lots of love.